Greetings, folks, and welcome to another episode of me playing Space Engineers. So it's been a while. It's actually been a really long while. Um, been a bit unwell, so I haven't been able to record. Um, anyway, I'm kind of semi-functional now, so I suppose I'll give you some content. Yay! So I've managed to do some work to the ship. Well, actually, I've managed to do a heck of a lot of work to the ship. I suppose I'll take you through that. Okay, so we got ourselves an O2 tank built, which was a thing. It's a larger ship, so at the point that you're able to have something like this, like the cryo chamber, it's worth having an O2 tank. We've still got our O2 plumbed in to the... I'll take you around it. Yeah, so we've got our O2 tank there. It's plumbed into this conveyor system here, which is supplying the O2 tank, the cryo chamber, and obviously this air vent. The air vent's not optimal placement, but it works. You know, obviously because this is kind of like a medical and cryo area, we've got some additional stuff with stuff. Yeah. We've got our refinery modified. So we removed a section of the lower plating here. And obviously we added some refinery modifications to it. So we've got like yield, speed, and a few power efficiency modules there that make things easier. Down here we've got kind of like, I suppose you'd call it living quarters. So, you know, you roll out of bed, knock up a cup of tea, that's the toilet, shower, and then, you know, place to put on a fresh suit. That never happens, but you know. Okay, so what else? I suppose I ought to take you on a tour of the outside, really. Oh yeah, sound block there, and a jukebox just, you know, breaks up the sound of just the standard game music. I'll take you on a tour of the outside, because obviously visually the ship's changed a little bit, but not so much from the sort of original design that you can't tell what it was and what it is. So obviously a lot of solar panels. I increased the number of engines that we've got because obviously our weight went up considerably and we just did not have enough thrust to mass ratio. A lot of additional solar panels. I'll give you a look of how the thing is from sort of like, you know. So that's your top down view. So it's pretty cool. Well, at least I think it's pretty cool. And then that's your side view. Obviously the jump drive is still located here, but I've plated it in so that it's a little bit harder to get damaged. We've got an large ore detector there with very good range, or at least, you know, standard range for an ore detector. I had to cover the damn thing in guns because, well, I made a faction for myself. AGS, or Astro Geosurvey, because we spend a lot of time looking at rocks and making bookmarks. Yeah, we've got a lot of bookmarks. Yeah, there are many bookmarks. Yeah, I had to cover the thing in guns though, because when I made my own faction, I kind of got an idea of the political lie of the land on the server. There are a lot of friendly factions, and there's one faction in particular that is populated by a heck of a lot of trolls. Yeah, they've all managed to gather under one bridge, and yeah, that makes things bad for other players. I won't name the faction because you don't need to know. You don't need to know that, and unless like combat happens, I'll be like, oh, it's those guys, you know. But I've managed to avoid any real situations so far just by dint of having lots of guns, and like they generally tend to only attack offline players. Yeah, seriously, they're like that. They won't engage in direct confrontations. They'll only attack things that are offline and easy targets. This is why my ship is just covered in guns, 28 in total, because yeah, those guys, they've managed to run off a couple of friendly factions from the server before everyone started to get wise to it and basically arm the teeth out of their ships. Yeah, so that's the thing that happened. Ore and resources, we don't have much at the moment because we've been helping out some of the other factions, so we've only got a bit of this stuff at the moment. There is some other stuff somewhere. Yeah, we burned through a lot of our ice as well. We did install 2 small reactors and we have a lot of uranium. Yeah, so we've got 1 reactor there, and then we've got another one here. So we're using dual reactors because just running solar power on this ship was yeah, pretty hardcore. Obviously the jump drive still works at maximum capacity, so we can still do 2,000 kilometer. We can still perform 2,000 kilometer jumps. We're not overscaled. However, I am really close to like the limit of stuff that I can build, simply because of lights, LCDs, and all of the other shiny stuff. So I can't do much more in the way of expanding this ship. That actually looks. I'm actually really impressed with that, even though it's just cosmetic basically and does nothing. I think it looks really good. And I just feel like this is just excellent for command and control. This just it's neat, but not, you know, it's not overly cluttered or anything. Obviously, we still have our drone, Little Noms. We need to keep that little fella. He's had a rough time, but he's still in working order and he's still fully functional. Obviously, mining is dangerous. Yeah, and we've had close encounters of the strange kind whilst we've been mining rocks with Little Noms, and we've had to like run away and yeah, I'll tell you about that sometime. Seriously, this is why there's a bookmark somewhere around. Yeah, that one. Hell no, don't ask. Seriously. Okay, so faction-wise, I suppose I ought to explain faction situations. So yeah, we've got a lot of friendlies. So anything in white is a faction that I've got like neutral status with. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 amateurs stuck on Earth, Asher, Asteroid Scavengers, Astro Mining Coalition, Astro Geo Survey, that's mine. Those are the French guys that got attacked really badly by the troll group that I told you about. They haven't been back on the server, but we're hoping that they're getting their crap back together enough to come back. Brave, Cash Grab, Coexil, they're all kind of small. Delta Merchant, some of them are really big. Diamond Dogs, they're really cool. Dilo, they're really good as well. They're more of a combat orientated faction than the other ones, and they're much more able to defend themselves. Divine Construction, although that's a NPC guild. Doctor, they're kind of fun. Earth People, again, that's another fun group. Yeah, Eggs and Chickens. There is a whole list of them. These guys, yeah, got Freelancers, Freemans of Mars, actually really good trading. Basically, if you want minerals or resources, you go and see these guys on this server, because they have like a massive ship and the ability to just mine out huge asteroids and then get tons of minerals, which is really handy for me because they're always wanting bookmarks, which I'm perfectly happy to provide. Harrison Shipyards, Triple H, yeah, I know, it's pretty cool. um, ISPs. A lot of them are sort of 1 and 2 manners. Obviously, you know, able to work together. These are if it's 4 letters, it's generally a 4 letters in the tag is an AI. 3 letters is a player group. Navigators, Out of Grapes, Pample House, Poggers. Those are all AI. But yeah, it's a lot of different factions. Let's see. Yeah, those guys. Is there any other? There is, just as you can see. It's like it's a lot. It really is a lot. So Uni. Yep. UEC. Those guys. Universal Trading. Wayland Yutani. And then you come down into those guys. Yeah, those guys. I'm not going to give them any advertising, but they're not good. and worse still, they are huge. Like all of the trolls gathered under one bridge, literally. They'll even attack each other. Like it's like watching the snake eat its own tail. Yeah, but they generally only go for offline players. If you're online and they see you coming, they will run away. They won't engage. They're that kind of douchebags. Anyway, that's kind of it for now, because we're running into sort of like, I only intended this to be 10-minute update, kind of what's going on with the survival series, which I will continue. But obviously it's going to be sort of cooperative working, because, you know, you'll live longer if you're cooperating with other players and stuff, you know, or at least, you know, you've got peace treaties, so everyone's not shooting you constantly. But it's going to be less of me flying around in my ship and more sort of me showing you other people's creations and what the other factions on the server are building and stuff like that. Yeah, so that'll be it for me for now. And I will be back soon with another episode of the survival series for you to enjoy. But in the meantime, have fun, play safe, and I will catch you guys later.